Well, it's a very deep word, to be honest. I haven't heard Pagkakakilanlan in such a long time. It's
I
only
know.
now
Same
when you
here.
told me about it. I'm like, really, what does it mean?
Welcome to the second episode of the TFC podcast. I'm your host, Joanna Ramos, the founder of Thriving Filipina Circle. In each episode, we bring you inspiring conversations with remarkable Filipinas who are making waves in their respective fields. This is great. Today, we're so excited to bring you the second episode already of our podcast. Our theme for today's episode is Pagkakakilanlan, which means identity in English. We'll be exploring what it means to maintain and celebrate our Filipino identity while living in this country. And who better to join us in this discussion? I have here my real friend. I consider this my very real friend, Babylyn Buchan, one of the founders of Terno by TCG. Welcome to the show, babes.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so glad that you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure, of course, and it's an exciting thing to do with you because we've known together for quite some time now.
Yes.
And it's a great feeling, actually. So thank you so much for having me.
You know, babes, I'm so excited to do this because, as I was telling Jonah, I know you even before Thriving Filipina Circle. And I know that whenever we have conversations, like when we go out for lunch, we forget about the time. We also forget about taking photos, remember?
Yeah, usually.
Usually that's what's happening. Speaking about identity or pagkakakilanlan, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's a very deep word, to be honest. I haven't heard Pagkakakilanlan in such a long time. It's
I
only
know.
now
Same
when you
here.
told me about it. I'm like, really, what does it mean? On a personal point of view, I know there's the dictionary meaning of identity or
Yeah.
pagkakakilanlan. But for me, I think what it means is identity plus individuality equals you. That's you. You have some traits that are common with everyone else, but also there is something unique about yourself that defines you as yourself. So I think for me it means as simple as identity plus your individuality, and that's you. Pagkakakilanlan.
Thank you, babes. That's such a beautiful answer. And you know, I feel so grateful that we live in the UAE because we can express our identity freely. And
That's true.
I'm thankful for the UAE government for giving us countless opportunities. So we're at the right place, right?
Absolutely. That's why we've been here for such a long time now.
I
So
know.
yeah.
So how long, babes?
I've been here in the UAE since 2008, so roughly 16 years, going to 17 years. So it's been amazing. I mean, the UAE has brought me so much learning in my life. Here is the place where I've met my husband, where I had my kids, and they're growing. We are thriving, and I've got really good friends like yourself. Community-wise, we've got very good support. So yes, I have nothing to complain about, but just gratitude that we are here in the UAE.
That's amazing, babes. And I'm happy always to be your friend. And I've learned a lot from you, to be honest. I wouldn't be here in this position, doing this, going out of my comfort zone without your support. So just here, right now, at the beginning of this conversation, I'm already thanking you.
Yeah,
I don't want to
don't
cry.
make us cry.
Because we always cry.
Yeah.
We always do.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, let's talk about your journey. So I understand that you started here as an employee first. Can you tell me about that experience?
Yes, like many of us and many of our kababayans or Filipinos in the UAE, I did start as an employee. I was hired directly from the Philippines. So in 2008, January 2008, I took the flight from Manila to Abu Dhabi. My first job was in Abu Dhabi with a local company there. but it's a very multinational company wherein I learned so much. It was my first time to get out of the Philippines to work. So that went really well. Actually, I am very thankful that I took that leap of faith. Leaving the Philippines and go to another country wherein, to be honest, I didn't know anyone. So it was a leap of faith, and sometimes when we take that leap, we are up for the greatest opportunities of our life. So yeah, I'm glad I did take that way of my journey. And so yes, that's how I started. And then from Abu Dhabi, I left the company and moved to Dubai. And again, I was very, very blessed to have very good companies whom I worked with. I've had so much support, and that's where I grew career-wise. I've learned so much from HR. I used to do HR, and then I shifted my career to health and safety. So I did the training here in the UAE. It's all certified. It's amazing to know that you can get certifications in the UAE, which is accredited everywhere in the world. So I was very lucky to do that, and I really enjoyed my corporate life until I left the corporate world in 2020 November. I decided to okay, it's time for me to go. I want to take a break from everything, enjoy my family life. And then a few months later, that's when I said, I love my family so much. I love working. I think my brain and my body was just looking for something to do. And then that's when I realized that I wanted to put up a gifting business. That's when I started the Cultured Gifts. Yes.
Yeah, so just to let you know, Babes, before Terno was born, Babylyn is one of the founders of the Cultured Gifts. And then
That's correct.
tell me, what is it about? What what made you decide to create this business?
So the Cultured Gifts started because on my free time, I used to have lots of free time. I used to love doing crafts, arts and crafts. So I love making gifts that are personalized. It's called mindful gifting. I always wanted to think about the person that I'm giving a gift to, what they love. When you give something, like when you give a gift, it's important to think about what they love, who they are, and of course, without forgetting the environment, because there's a lot of gifts that we could just buy, and then just give it. It's like we didn't really think about the person when giving a gift. So I thought the cultured gifts because with so many cultures in the UAE, there is a need to. I felt that there is a need to think about the person, and when you give a gift, you always connect it to where is the person from.
Yeah, right.
Are they Filipino? Are they British? Are they from India? Anywhere. Like we are surrounded by beautiful people from all over the world. So cultured, it's past tense because it's personalized. So I think making the culture a verb rather than just a noun, it's a gift that are cultured or made personalized for the person that we love. So that's the reason why we chose the name the cultured gifts.
And it's really great because a gift is not, it won't, parang, di ba, people say it's the thought that counts. But I don't think it's enough.
So,
The gift becomes more valuable if you think about the person who's the receiving end. So that's great that you've done that, and it's still
ongoing.
Yeah.
Just because with businesses, you because I I am full-time with the business. I have business partner, Christine van der Westhausen. Also, we've been friends for a long time. I work full-time with the business, and sometimes since when we introduced Terno by TCG, it has been taking more of my time, but the cultured gifts is still there.
Nice.
And we have some surprises hopefully soon. But yes, it is still there. The cultured gifts, we still have our loyal customers who are still ordering our personalized gifts like the UAE skylines, etched glasses, and all other stuff that we still do. We are not as what do you call this, as active on our social media, but yes, it's still there, and we want to reintroduce it whenever we're ready. We're doing something for it.
Great.
So
Great. That's
yeah.
Great. So, babes, I know you opened it 2021, you said? 22?
The Cultured Gifts was established in 2021,
21.
March 2021.
So, this is the time when we just met, right?
That's correct.
When
That
we
is
just met.
correct. Yes.
So it was just new that time. I
Very
didn't
new.
know.
And you were one of those new some of the first
okay.
customers that I have made the etched glasses.
etched
If you
glass, yeah.
remember,
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's
you have asked
beautiful.
me to make a glass with the Cultivate logo
With the
and your
logo.
name, of
And
course.
it's a whiskey glass.
Yes.
'Cause-
Yes.
yeah.
If you remember, I made this cute little glasses and with your branding and of course your names on
And
it.
it's so unique because I haven't seen anything like that before.
Thank you.
Yeah, we always use just the normal shot glass
Yes.
but drinking from that, it makes the drink
Special.
more special.
That's true.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I would just like to add, because when we say mindful gifting, we don't only think about the person. We should not forget the impact of our gifts to the environment. There's lots of
Yeah.
gifts that you can buy that are plastic.
True.
So with the cultured gifts, we make sure, or we avoid using plastic materials. Even our packaging are all recyclable and sustainable. Yes.
I know this is a fun moment to reminisce.
Yes.
So I just remembered our conversation when we were driving home, and then you told me about your idea about creating Terno by TCG. Can you tell that story?
Yes. So before that exciting drive home, when I finally told you about the idea, I would like to share the inspiration behind it and what made me realize in putting up Terno by TCG. So what happened was, I have always, attended social events, corporate events, and there's always a pain point wherein I wanted to wear something Filipino to represent me, pagkakakilanlan, my identity as a Filipino when attending events. And I've struggled to find something that is readily available. And then that's when I realized, hey, I need this. I need to have Filipiniana outfit for myself. So, I've put that aside. I did order, of course. Personally, I was not happy with what I got. And I think the quality was not up to the mark that I was expecting, considering that this is our national clothing. And I know so much that the other nationalities put a lot of effort into wearing their national costume because it's their identity.
Yeah.
It represents your country. So, it's safe to say for me, it's safe for me to say na I was feeling inggit with the other nationalities, especially my husband, for example. I'm not inggit with my husband, of course. I was actually inspired by him because he's one of those persons whom I felt is very patriotic. He loves his country so much that he wears his national clothing to events. They're very proud. And I always see it in him, like his face like lights up when he's wearing his national clothing. They wear it as much as they can, but it's very thick. So, there are occasions that they don't. But in every chance that they get, they wear it. So I was inggit, but I'm gonna talk more about why I was inggit. Actually, I listened to a podcast before. I think I mentioned this to you. I listened to Mel Robbins, and she said jealousy or inggit should not be a negative word. It should be positive. When we see people, oh, they have this, oh, they are like this, it should be a positive driving force, because
Yeah.
we have this thinking na inggit is such a negative word in the
yes,
Philippines.
Exactly.
So when you are inggit, sasabihin nila, oh, inggitera, or, and then when you try and reach, or what do you call it? Like when you try to get to things that they have and be like them, and sasabihin nila, ambisyosa ka, di ba?
Yeah, true.
So I think these are words that we should think of as positive words.
Yes.
We should use it as a positive driving force to be better. And my husband's passion for his country also inspired me. It inspired me. You know what? Kaya ko din yun eh. Like I'm a Filipino. I need to have that love for my country. And when I met you, and then TFC happened, Thriving Filipina Circle, I remember we were actually visiting a hotel for one of the first events of Thriving
Oh, yeah,
Filipina. And then that's when I realized, you know what? I will take those Filipiniana outfits that I ordered before. I know they're not up to my quality, to my expectation. And then I said, I need to have a look at this opportunity. There is an opportunity for me to make a difference, to make a difference and solve that pain point that I had, wherein I could not find a Filipiniana outfit that was quality and represents who I am as a Filipino. So that's when I called you up. I said, "Okay, I need to call Joanna. I need to share the idea." So I did, and then I said, "You know what? I have this great idea. I think there is a need to make our Filipiniana outfit, the Barong Tagalog, Ternos, make it available to Filipinos. Imagine there's so much of us in the
The
UAE."
UAE. Exactly.
So yes, that was the inspiration
I
behind it.
know. I remember that day when you mentioned that to me. And during that time, babes, TFC was already there. And
Yes.
just to let you know, guys, Babylyn is one of my founding members.
That's true.
First batch, yeah. So I'm grateful that when I actually, to be honest, babes, I was thinking twice if I'm gonna tell you about TFC, but because I'm not sure if you would like the idea or not. But when I finally told you about it, I got surprised that you got so excited as well, and you joined. You supported me ever since.
Of course,
I
May,
know.
right?
Yeah,
It was May.
It was May
when we had our very first session.
Yes, we were just 15,
Yeah.
15 ladies. Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
And then you told me about your idea, and it's totally it's a need in this country, not just in this country, in other countries as well.
Yes.
And I got so excited, and of course I will support you. It's so aligned with my values, my mission as TFC, and then you're doing this. So it's a perfect match.
Yes, I think that's when what they say, the universe moves in a way that the universe wants our paths to cross, and then our values are aligned. So yeah, I'm very very fortunate to have you as a friend,
Thank you,
and
babes.
very very happy that you started this Thriving Filipina Circle, because it's a need. There is a need
There's a
for
need.
us to get better. We are really good at what we do, but there's always an opportunity to, be better
Be better. Yeah.
and be greater, correct?
True.
Yeah.
This is really amazing for us Filipinos. As I've said, our missions are aligned as well, lifting the Filipino community
Yes.
here and globally. And it's so good. I just remembered when we were planning our first event, all we did
Yes.
was cry because we've been so emotional that time because we're so excited organizing things, and then we're not even sure if people would want to attend.
That's true.
We
We started from
guaranteed
50, I think.
50, and
More than
more than
100
100
came.
arrived. More than 100 showed up, and during the event we were even crying and
That's
we
true.
were even emotional. There are things that we cannot cover with our budget, but people are just supporting. It's
Yeah.
just the universe is in our favor. It's so great, right?
Indeed. I think,
And another thing that I want to tell you, babes, I think I've mentioned this before. Whenever I speak with aspiring entrepreneurs, you are always my example.
thank you so much. I mean, it's such an honor, Joanna. And
You are always.
I mean, likewise, every time I meet Filipinos, even my customers, I would say, oh, there is this group, Thriving Filipina Circle. Please join, please join. There's so much things to learn. And there's so many things that we can still improve, and, lift each other up.
True,
So
true.
Thriving Filipina has been one of the most supportive platform for Terno and for the Cultured Gifts to promote not only our culture, but of course, the bayanihan effect of lifting each
Lift
other
you
up.
Yes.
So I think that's really something special.
Yeah, going back to the aspiring entrepreneurs, when I talk about you as an entrepreneur, as for example, you're an employee and you want to transition to being an entrepreneur, and they always say, "What's the best business that will work in the UAE?" They always ask me.
That's true.
It's not what's the best, or it's not your passion all the time. You have to solve a problem. I give them back a question. What problem do you want to solve? So I always set you as an example. You've solved the problem, babes, and the universe is again in your favor because this is something missing. Other nationalities have access to their national dress,
Oh,
and
yes.
they're proud of it. We don't. And now that it's very much accessible, I'd be glad to wear it all the time.
And I think it's not only that. I think all of us Filipinos, we should have the right to be able to access our national clothing whenever we need it, wherever we are in the world. So this is the reason why we wanted to have to make Terno by TCG an online shop, or in the online platform, because at this day and age you can order everything online, and we want our products to be available and readily accessible to all Filipinos, not only in the UAE, but we are very thankful that we are slowly reaching other regions in the GCC, and we even actually ship to the US
Nice.
and to the UK, and sometimes in the Philippines as well. So yes, it's what do I say? It's been a blessing. Terno by TCG is a passion project, but it's also a business,
Yeah. Yeah.
There are challenges as well. I mean, running a business that is also a passion project, it's rewarding, very much rewarding, but also we have our challenges. Yung mga pagsubok na nararanasan namin, of course, finances are
Yeah,
there. It's always part of
always part of
running
having a
of a
business, yeah.
business, making sure that we have enough funds for everything. What else? I think, because it's a passion project, the personal attachment to 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 the business itself. I mean, sometimes we get too emotional, and we get burnout as well when the events are like happening from
I
from
know.
one to the next and to the next and to the
Yeah.
next. So it's burnout is real.
True.
It's important to have a break in between. So I'm trying my best. We are trying our best to get that break in between. But just for all of the other Filipinos who are thinking to put up a business, there's always challenges that's there. It's not
It's
only
part of it.
about what you're passionate about, as you
Yeah.
said. It's not only that. It's not only solving a problem. One of the friends keep on my friends keep on saying, let's always look at something that is needed by the community, solving a problem, right? Something that we are good at,
Yeah.
right? We need to find the balance in a community wherein our services or our products will be needed. There must be a concept. So if in any case any of our kababayans or our fellow Filipinos are, looking at putting up a business, think a lot,
Yeah.
plan wisely, have the right finance, because you can't just jump
True.
into it and then end up, without money. You can't risk all your finances.
Yeah.
Always make sure you check your finances before putting up a business. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. And one more thing that I love about what I love about Terno by TCG is you are blessed because you give back.
Thank you. Yes.
After watching Segundo Polo Babes, I will not get tired of watching that. It's so it's so amazing what you're doing because you're giving back to the artisans. Nakakatuwa that each piece is handmade or machine made. There are some that are machine made, there are
That's
some that
correct.
are
Yeah.
handmade. But they've worked hard for it and it's not mass produced.
It
That's
is
what
not.
yeah. It's a work of art. So you can even hang it on your wall.
Yes.
And that's what I felt when I first wore that, babes. Nakakatuwa. Kasi ngayon lang sila nakakita ng Filipina national costume, national dress. That's premium quality. Yeah, I felt great when I wore it, and I'm not gonna get tired of wearing it whenever I have something. Not
Th-
just not just special events, even just going out to have lunch sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, the casual meetups. Why not, right?
Why not? That's
Yeah,
our goal,
yeah.
and make
But
it a normal
but you're
thing
doing a
to
good
wear.
job for helping out because I understand whenever we buy from you, we're helping the artisans
Yes.
as well.
I think that's a really good point, what you just said, and I would like to share then. When we started, when we talked about it, when you put up a business, you do your business plan and all, and my business partner and I, Christine, we said, okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this? There's so many questions, but the first question was, how do we do this business? I mean, how do you get on with it? So of course, that was the challenge. But when I went home to meet these suppliers, I have a realization. I've had realization that it's actually, I should not call them first and foremost suppliers. They are our artisans.
Yeah.
They are our co-creators. That's how we call them now. And that question of how can we do this actually changed to how can we help? How can we help them? Imagine, you mentioned about Segunda Pulo. Segunda Pulo is a documentary that we have produced along with the Carrot brand. They brought our visions to life. We're in. We realized that in Lumban, Laguna, where all the embroideries are done, it's our capital of embroidery of the Philippines. That's where all our Barong Tagalog and Ternos are coming from. We realized that there are only 30,000 people in Lumban, Laguna, and these people, they They work hard, they work every day to make ternos and barong for millions of Filipinos in the Philippines and overseas. So imagine 30,000. There is a need
Yeah.
to continue this craft because what are they going to do if they stop making them?
Oh no.
Right?
Yeah.
So also, what are we going to be like if we are not, without your cultural clothing, our identity could be lost as well.
Lost,
I mean,
yeah.
in a way,
True.
because when we say you are from this country, I mean, going back to Pagkakakilanlan, it is important to know your identity. And one of our identity here is being Filipinos. And when you say Filipino, your country, it's our food, our food, our culture, and our clothing. That's what defines us as well as Filipinos. So yon, I think it's really important that we keep this heritage, we keep it going, because we're not only preserving our culture, our heritage, but also helping those artisans who are doing this craft with passion and dedication every single day. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So, babes, what advice would you give to Filipinas looking to promote their culture abroad?
Um, share. I think share who you are. Be proud. Embrace our being
Yeah.
Filipino. I think it's really important. I mean, our identity, we should embrace it with full,
Open arms.
open
Yeah.
arms. Accept that you are Filipino. I know we have our positive traits and negative
Negative,
traits,
yeah.
but you know what? Embrace it because your identity is coming from within. So when you don't embrace that you are a Filipino and be proud 100% that you are Filipino, then it's very difficult to promote your culture, right?
Yeah.
You I mean, it's coming from within when you meet other people and yung identity mo, ang hirap ilabas. Alam mo yon? If you are not 100% okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. And ang
I
hirap,
think so.
it's hard to share it if all you think about are the negative side.
Absolutely. That's why we should always
Right.
look at
At the bright,
things.
positive
Yeah,
sides.
positive
Positives.
side.
There are actually more positives than negatives.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's great.
that's everything I could say. I mean, embrace our nationality, embrace being Filipino. Share. Sharing is very important at this day and age. We live in a very diverse country, very diverse culture. Let's share. This is, it's we are very lucky that the country is so tolerant with many different culture and
Yes,
religion. It's a
exactly.
country wherein we can actually include ourselves and immerse ourselves into this whole new community of of the UAE.
Yeah.
So
It's an opportunity for us, as you've said, to include ourselves and to stand out. Right?
absolutely yes.
Let's do that.
Yes. Let's lift each other
Yeah.
up, as we said earlier. We need that air. Like we can't keep on thinking that Philippines is a third world country, or we have this again. We are
Oh, come
looking at
on.
the
We are more
negative
than that.
things.
Yeah.
No,
We are
I
more than that.
absolutely. I mean, I don't know. Just let's embrace it. You don't need to have other passports.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
be
Let's
be
be
proud.
proud.
You have a Filipino passport. Be proud of it. That's you, eh? That's our identity. So when you don't accept your identity of being a Filipino, we've got a problem,
True.
So embrace it, share our culture through, share the food, bring it to the office, be proud. Ano pa ba? There's so many things that we could do to share our culture in our community. So, yes.
Thank you, babes. Amazing story. And
you.
I'm glad that I'm part of your journey. and I'll always be. Thank you. It's such an honor for you to be my guest.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
I hope everyone learned about Babylyn's journey, her her being an employee and her entrepreneur life. Very busy entrepreneur life.
Yes, and I'm also a mom,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's that's still my full time commitment, lifetime commitment, in fact. And so yeah, as a third culture parent, it's also important. We were talking about promoting culture. If I may just add, I forgot to mention this, that as a parent of third culture kids,
Kids.
it is really important to share and make sure that my children always say I am Filipino, because they are
Oh, it's so cute.
100% Filipino. They're not half half. They are 100% Filipino, and it is very important for me to introduce them to our Filipino culture, the Filipino society, how we all the positive things, because I want them to be proud that they are Filipinos. So, yes, I mean, I think
Yay.
that's it.
Thank you, babes. So please let our audience know where we can connect with the Cultured Gifts and Terno by TCG.
Yes, thank you so much for asking that. Of course, to all our friends out there, please support our journey. You can check out all our products online. Go to www.ternoshop.com. And of course, makakalimutan ba natin? We are all on socials. We have our Instagram account, Facebook account, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Please follow Terno by TCG and the Cultured Gifts. You will be able to get the latest updates through those platforms. And please do come whenever we have events with Thriving Filipina Circle and all the rest of the other organizations here in the UAE. And we hope that you get to wear Terno. Let's define who we are. And wearing Terno is one of them. So I hope you get to feel the empowerment that our ternos and barongs bring whenever we wear them. The same feeling that you and me felt
Yeah.
or feel whenever we wear them. So thank you so much. If you have bought terno from us before or a barong from us before, thank you so much for your support. And if you haven't, please come and check our website and our socials. We will be very much happy to introduce you to our products. So thank you.
Thank you so much, babes, once again for being here and for sharing your story. I hope everyone learned from our episode today. And I hope you felt the importance of embracing our own identity. No matter where you are, even when you're in the Philippines or you're in the UAE or wherever you are, it's really important. Let's embrace it. Let's be proud. Taas noo, Filipino, right?
Yes, that's
That's
true.
great. Thank you.
So
Have a
much.
nice day, everyone.